I feel a massive, massive week coming. Trump, Biden, is the gold missing? And will Bitcoin be the new gold? What is actually happening here? So, in today's video, I'm going to take you through all the bumpy things we've been through and really looking at this sideways action. And I'm going to give you my perception and opinion of what's happening and why we are so calm and why we are so stoic. Because number one, Bitcoin, XRP, and the fundamental cryptocurrencies are going nowhere. This is where stoicism, staying calm, and really understanding from a big picture what is actually happening will help you survive this sideways action. This is the greatest time in human history. So we're first going to go through the bumpy ride we've had. What was the first date? Since January 17th all the way to today. Then I'm going to show you all the positive things happening. And then we're going to pull ourselves to a 6-year run and see where do we think we're going and how can you position yourself properly to not only free your family financially, but for generations to come. So take a deep breath with me. Get out of the get rich quick, get wealthy for sure by understanding this is the greatest shift in our living history. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you here, this was posted by Ran, I can't say his name, N-E-U, Nurner, I can't say that word. You can see it there for yourself. Okay, so he did a really good job of breaking down what has happened since January 17th. Okay, so first, Trump comes into presidency or gets wins by a landslide. We saw a huge blow off top, right? So remember, these markets are just emotions. It's just energy. That's all it is. Okay. So what we're feeling now is the elites, the big money is involved now. That's what I'm going to talk about on the back end. The big money is involved now. So it's a whole different ball game. Okay. Let me explain this part. Let me bring it back on my screen. I'll explain this really because this is really what I want to talk about. Okay. There's massive whales involved now. So think about this. If a whale goes and dives deep and there's a bunch of little fish around the whale, right? It's going to suck everything in with it. Well, what happens if a fish tries to resist it, right? It's going to get pulled into it. So think about that in the cryptocurrency market. It's about $3.3 trillion, very, very thin market. So if one massive whale goes down, dives deep, it pulls everything with it, right? So if you're a small fish, which we all are compared to the whales, if you're resisting that, then you're going to get crushed 100% of the time. You have to flow with nature. Okay. You have to roll with this. Now, how do you do that? You get out of the casino. There is no get rich quick. This meme coin bullshit, you got to get out of that. Build a fundamental long-term portfolio of things you would believe that are going to be here. So when the whale goes down, you just relax and flow with the whales. Okay. When it goes up, you pull a little bit of profit on the way up. When it collapses, you buy more. Very simple. Just observe nature. That's what I mean by it. Okay. A tree does not strive to grow. A tree just grows. It knows the sun's going to come up. It knows the sun's going to come down. And then sometimes when a storm comes, it has very deep roots. So it doesn't sway. It doesn't break. It'll bend, but it doesn't break. And if you look at the cryptocurrency markets, the more volatility, the more emotional resilience you need to have. So let's dive back into this. Okay. All right. So what happened on January 17th? Trump token liquidity drain, right? We had a massive liquidity drain. Then we had Friday, January 24th, DeepSeek dump, right? All of a sudden, DeepSeek dumps. Then we had January 31st, the Trump tariff, ETH liquidation. Then we had February 14th, the Libra launch. Okay. And it was a freaking disaster. And then there was massive disclosure and exposure around the meme coin casino that they're actually sniping their own tokens. So we know, and I've been telling you guys about the meme coins casino and all this type of stuff. There's no get rich quick, that the people who are promoting these are getting paid. And the actual founders and creators are sniping their own tokens. So by the time you hear about it on Twitter, the influencer's been paid, the project has been sniped, and you're the exit liquidity. And then there was connection back to the Melania token, right? And so this was a big black eye for the cryptocurrency industry. And then we had the Bybit hack. So we've been hit boom. Now, think about this from a logical circuit. Okay. What is happening here is we're heading now into stablecoin regulation, cryptocurrency regulation, and a narrative problem, reaction, solution. Whoever creates the problem creates a reaction in the people is the same person who comes up with the solution. The solution is going to be Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They're all going to start custodying crypto. See, cryptocurrency exchanges are unsafe. There's all these scams out there. They're going to bring in regulatory clarity, and then cryptocurrency is going to become normalized and it'll be a normal part of your bank. I promise you. I told people in 2020 that banks would custody your cryptocurrency. I got ridiculed. I got made fun of. And now they're able to custody your cryptocurrency. This is going to happen. Okay. Now let's go into a deeper narrative here. So Abs posted this from Good Morning Crypto. Breaking: Biden administration lost track of billions of seized crypto. The U.S. Marshals Service is unable to determine the amount of Bitcoin it holds and faces ongoing organizational challenge in managing seized cryptocurrencies. What the F is going on, guys? Responsible for handling assets like Bitcoin and Bitcoin seized from Silk Road, the USMS lack of clarity on crypto holdings could complicate potential plans for national crypto reserves, as highlighted by experts who stress the need for better education and professional management. This is an interesting thing. Okay. So, I've been thinking a lot about this. Here's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to put this on a recorded video. So we're going to go into Fort Knox, and maybe this week, and I hope it's this week. That's why I put this week might be really big, right? And the gold's probably not going to be there. Who knows? Hopefully it is, but all the gold might not be there. Now we're understanding under the Biden administration that, whoever is running this, right? The U.S. Marshals can't even track the Bitcoin. So we're starting to find out that they're not tracking anything, okay? Again, pushing forward the narrative of Bitcoin, blockchain technology. It's clear, it's transparent, okay? Here's what I think they're going to do is if they can't track down the Bitcoin and there's not all the gold, is you're going to see them turn the quantitative easing on and buy gold. Why wouldn't they do that, right? We're the only country that can print our way out of our problem. So why wouldn't they print a deflating asset and put it into a deflationary asset like gold? So if you start to see QE turn on, quantitative easing, printing of money, and they start buying Bitcoin, so they transmute this non-asset backed printing machine and they print it into something that has 21 million as a fixed supply. There's only 8 billion people in the world. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's only 6% of the supply left. And so every printed dollar that goes into Bitcoin now, because something that you put on the balance sheet will shrink the balance sheet. So they got QE, they print, they buy Bitcoin, they put it on the balance sheet. You have 37 trillion in debt. Bitcoin keeps going up and it just starts to shrink the balance sheet. Then companies like Ripple and Xrp come in and they bring in cloud computing technology. They bring in Xrp for faster payments. The Nostra Vostra is removed. The borders and finances completely melt down. And then money moves at the speed of light. Messaging's moving at the speed of light with ISO. Money's moving at the speed of light, and then supply chain starts to move at the speed of light. Then we head into a brand new economy where the public and private sector come together. That is truly what I believe is going to happen. And I believe that we and you and I are invested in the new infrastructure of the financial system. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper here. This is the new director of the FBI talking about the Federal Reserve.
So I think we got to educate people that the Federal Reserve is not a public government entity. It's a private entity. Owned by the robber barons that started this country, who manipulate the currency to their advantage. And that needs to be tackled. Again, I'm not the economic guru. I just know it's a problem. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the solution is, but it needs to be addressed.
God, they're coming in heavy. Okay. So this is bullish. Pierre Rochard. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce my dyslexia. Sorry about that, guys, but I'll do the best I can. Bitcoin will continue to accrue long-term value. So now is a perfect time to make strategic investment. While speaking to Texas House Senate, what you're starting to see is, you saw, I think it was Montana was like, nope, it didn't pass the House. So you're going to see, it's almost a separation within America, right? You're going to see Texas, I think Arizona approved it. South Dakota's in the approval process right now. So you're going to see some states that don't approve it and some states they do approve it. And you're going to start to see a lot of separation within our own country.
Over the past 13 years, I've written extensively on the investment case for Bitcoin and contributed code to open source Bitcoin projects. In 2020, I invented the concept of a government strategic Bitcoin reserve. Texas should acquire a strategic reserve to hedge against future uncertainty. While the state is currently blessed with a thriving economy, we must prepare for future downturns that could negatively impact tax receipts and existing state investments. Public trust in financial institutions has eroded due to a lack of transparency, but Bitcoin is a unique asset because it is fully auditable.
Boom. That's what I want you guys to hear right there. That is what's happening, guys. So Bitcoin is fully auditable. Okay. So we're going to go into Fort Knox, like I'm going in with them. I'm going into Fort Knox. What if the gold's not there? Nobody's auditing it. Okay. Then we know the U.S. Marshals, now we're identifying that they may not know where the Bitcoin's at. Not. Do you see what I'm saying? Like something's missing here. So this clear, transparent, the age of Aquarius, disclosure, everything's getting exposed. Everything's getting disclosed. That includes us, all of us. That's from a micro to the macro. You know, influencers are getting exposed, actors are getting exposed, the meme coin casinos getting exposed. And I mean, they told us exactly how it works, and people are still playing in the game. They told us exactly how it works. They're literally sniping your tokens, the founders and creators of it. So no matter how much we shout from the mountaintops, people are going to keep doing these things. So it's really, 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 really important that we understand the flow, the nature flow, and how things actually move. Stop trying to resist what always has been. Next, Cynthia Loomis, and she said, so it begins with a B like Bitcoin. Happening next week. I think it's going to be a big week this week. Happening next week in the Banking Committee. Cynthia Loomis will oversee subcommittee hearing on digital asset legislation. And now when I say big week, every time I say that, people are like, what do you think? Crypto's, I don't know what crypto's going to do. I'm not a chart guy. But what I do know, it's going to be a big week in regards to moving us forward into this new economy. She also posted, digital assets are the future. The U.S. can either pave the way or fall behind. I lead my colleagues to seek clarifications from the SEC on digital assets, ETP, staking restrictions to make U.S. asset managers competitive in the global market. So here we are. Okay. What is happening right now is manipulation of the markets. Okay. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to be afraid of. What you should be afraid of and what you should fear is trying to get rich quick. Okay. If you have severe anxiety about these markets, if your emotions are all over the place, if you're looking at your portfolio every 5 seconds and asking, why hasn't it moved? Why is it going parabolic? You're going to get wrecked. Please listen to me on this. Okay. You have to pull yourself to a 30,000 foot overview and stretch it out for the next 6 years. Now, I want to be very clear on something. Is what I mean by 2030 is I'm holding Bitcoin and I'm holding 50% of all my cryptocurrencies, all other cryptos, forever, right? There's DeFi coming in where we can stake and we can become our own bank, all kinds of great things coming in that are going to really, really help you and your family, not only within your current paradigm, but into generations to come. Okay. But the next 6 years are super critical. You're going to see an absolutely transformational infrastructure change of our financial system. We're in what's called the fourth turning. 2009 to 2030 is our crisis stage. We're coming out of the crisis stage the next 4 years with President Trump's presidency. There's going to be more changes than you've ever seen in your society. It's going to be a shock to the system. But what you don't want to do is be paralyzed. What you don't want to do is sit on your hands. What you don't want to do is wait when everything's going up. And that's what everybody does. Is you got to pull yourself up to a 30,000 foot overview, look down, get fundamental, ask yourself this question, not what to invest in, but why am I investing? I know why I'm invested in Bitcoin. I know why I'm invested in XRP. I know why I'm invested in XLM. I know why I'm invested in HBAR. I could go down all of them. I know why. And nobody's going to FUD me in. Nobody's going to FUD me out. And I'm not going to try to FUD you in or FUD you out of what you invest in. Okay. Next, you need to build a foundation. For me, it's God. God is everything I do is in honor for God and Jesus Christ. And I'm boldly stating that on my channel because that's what I stand for. That's what I stand for. God and Jesus Christ is my number one. Number two is my family. Okay. Crypto's last, right? My family is next. Next is protecting my ecosystem at all costs with every single decision, action, and behavior I make. Aiming for perfection, knowing it's not possible, but it should be the aim. Because God has blessed me with the opportunity to have these ecosystems. So I'm going to do the best I can. Aim for perfection, knowing it's not possible, but it should be the aim. Okay. And lastly, I stay out of other men and women's business because I'm too busy working on mine. That's my model. Cryptocurrency is last down there. It's just a byproduct of the things that we're doing, the things that we're building, the things that we're attracting, the vibrational frequency. It's just currency. Okay. So you got to take a deep breath. You have to. We can feel the vibrational energy. We can feel people panicking, people freaking out. Why am I not rich yet? Why? Because you're not rich here. You're not rich here. If you're asking yourself, why am I not rich yet? You will never be wealthy. Please listen to what I'm saying right now. Wealth is an embodiment. From the embodiment, the attraction comes. Okay. If you make $1 million overnight and all of a sudden you're a millionaire with XRP, if you haven't rewired the foundation, you're going to end up in the exact same situation. You're already wealthy. You're already healthy. You're already abundant. It already exists. The very thing you're chasing has always been within. And as you chase it, it's running from you. Okay. I learned this just recently. A buffalo leans into the storm because it goes away quicker. It goes through the storm quicker. Other animals run. What you should be doing is leaning into the sideways action because you are stoic, because you know what you're invested in. You know why you're invested in. You have an investment thesis. And you're not taking advice from people who are not truly embodying and living what they're doing. That's very important. Knowledge without wisdom is destructive and dangerous. There's a lot of people spreading knowledge without wisdom that don't even run companies, that don't even have businesses, that don't even have probably investments or a good amount of investments or enough wisdom to even speak about it. So I love you guys. I really, really do. From my family's heart to yours, we love you. We appreciate you. And I thank you for listening. We have a ton of great education coming out. We just did a Q&A. Raven and I did a Q&A this last weekend. So that should be coming out on a monthly basis where I'm answering questions off of Instagram. We're trying to provide as much free content as we can to help you get educated. The key is to understand what you're doing. Learn how to fish. Okay. Love you guys. Big warning. I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I'm not DMing you. I'm not communicating with you. I'm not asking about your portfolio. I do not invest people's crypto. Never, ever, ever, ever send anybody money pretending to be me. Here's the rule of thumb in crypto. If you don't know the person personally, and you don't have their phone number where you can call them or FaceTime them and have a conversation with them. If you don't have my phone number, then you shouldn't ever send me money. And if someone has my phone number, they shouldn't be sending me money anyways. So just don't send anybody money. There you go. Just don't ever send your money to anybody. Okay. Double, triple verify. There are no crypto giveaways. Nobody's trying to give you money. It's just handle your own money. There you go. Okay. What I do have for you is resources. Okay. I get thousands of messages a week, okay, hundreds of messages a day. So I've staffed up my team, customer service. I've staffed up my intake team. I've staffed up all my businesses to help with this. And so we're doing the best we can. So bear with us, number one. So first thing is the 3T Warrior Academy, and you'll see it in my bio, is Coach JV Academy, right? I've helped over 10,000 people put their blinders on, go through my 120-day challenge, get your shit together. Foundation, okay, financial literacy, financial education, market calls, live calls, community. You can ask questions when things are going haywire. My amazing team goes live in there and keeps you calm and helps you understand how to fish. Extremely, extremely important. Okay. We'd love to have you part of our family. Okay. On the other side, completely separate from our 3T Academy, is our everybody emails me about, not everybody. A lot of people email me about how I use cash value life insurance. I pull profits and I insure my wealth. Big part of my process. I use cash value life insurance. I have my family insured with term. I use cash value life insurance. I use it for legacy as well. But what I do may not work for you. So I created what's called a needs assessment. Fill that out as detailed as possible. My team will text you, call you, email you. Very important. You'll never send the money directly. We do not get paid by the client if we ever do business with you. It's a free consultation, and we can support you with retirement strategies. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. That's all in my bio or description of this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.